Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. So,
Boom.
welcome back, and it's just crazy that we're back, though. I don't know what I'm talking. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Welcome back, y'all.
Oh.
Y'all, doom, doom, doom.
Boom. Hey guys. We're back again with the back again. You're here with Not You All My Black Business.
Mm-hmm.
We're here with me, Nado, as well as.
Vari just house. What is D? Not an S. Don't forget it.
And yeah, we're in a whole new year. Like we're whole new, brand new gods and goddesses right now. As you can see, it's only a twosome. For now on, it's just gonna be a twosome. Much love to Rapunzel, but currently it is just currently and forever at this point, it's just gonna be us two. You know, we're gonna keep you entertained and keep you
Yeah,
like
and the entertainment is definitely not going to die down. I mean,
exactly.
it's just going to keep going, inclining, So on an incline, not a decline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but
We ain't want
much
to
love
waste too
to
much
her.
time on that. We ain't want to waste too much time on that. We want to let y'all know so y'all didn't have to ask. But let's get into what today's episode is.
We're back at it again with the back at it again. And I think right now we're just gonna start off with just recapping, where we've been at, what's been going on since our winter hiatus, because it has been like 2 months. We're just like, where the hell we been at?
It has been 2 months, but we've been busy. We've been busy. I'm pretty sure some people probably been like, "Where?" Well, and I'm pretty sure people have, in general, been like, "Where have we been?"
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel like we just been taking a mental break, y'all. Y'all need to understand that it is okay to take your break and honestly focus on other things because also, now we do love this podcast, but we do have other things that we do, so we're not just solely focusing on this podcast. But, we want to let y'all know that we are here. We ain't going nowhere, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes it is nice to step away because we are busy doing different endeavors and we don't live on the same side of the country as well, so
Mm-hmm.
that's another thing because Nado, because Nado is literally all over on the East Coast and I'm on the West Coast, and we're on meaning different time zones, and we both do different things. So
Mm-hmm.
that's where I've been. I just been like literally working and relaxing. I just got back from my vacation in Mexico. Mexico was hella crazy, y'all. I mean, the roads were shit. But I mean, not all the roads, but I would say like the back roads and stuff like that. Shit. I mean,
Back
just
rolls.
completely holy. Service wasn't really good, but I would say the food was fantastic. The beautiful atmosphere, like just seeing all the different scenic things is just so beautiful. And I love to go when I'm on when I go to different countries, I love to stay in places where a lot of people don't like to be. Like some people like to be at resorts, but I like or hotels or whatever, but I like to actually be where like the common folk are. You know what I'm saying? To actually just experience the everyday life of people because sometimes people really miss out on those things when they go to different countries and stuff like that. They usually zip line, eat food, go to the beach, and you're really not immersing yourself into the culture. So that's what I
Mm-hmm.
like to do.
So you're in like an Airbnb.
Airbnb.
Oh, and what
So
was that like? I guess.
oh, it was really beautiful. Beautiful. Like oh my gosh. I wish I could insert some right here, and I wish I had my phone, but I'm recording on it. But it was beautiful. I do have some clips that'll be coming out on my social media. So y'all follow me on Vari. Well, on Vari. On Vari. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Jack BCB, Christian Mingle. I like to as bad as Adam for Adam.
I don't know that one.
Um, she said a bunch of them, but y'all can follow me on Instagram and TikTok and Twitter at Vari J Styles with a Z, not an S, remember. And y'all be seeing bits and pieces of that vacation. But that's how my year has started. And yeah, I don't even know. Should we talk about Christmas too? Cause y'all kind of got to miss us during Christmas too.
A tad. I mean, you want to
I
talk
think
about
Christmas
it?
wasn't much. Christmas wasn't much. I'll say that. It was just literally like a regular Christmas. I don't know if everybody's been feeling that way because the pandemic has just played so much into how we go about our everyday lives now, even holidays. And it's just weird because holidays are so different than they used to be. And especially with us growing up, it's different. But nonetheless, Christmas was cute. I'm glad we in 2023.
Yeah, Christmas is like I don't even remember Christmas to be honest. sure it was not. But that's dope. I know for me, like it's been cool. I always consider January like the free trial because child, you just don't know what you gotta be getting, and it just be like shit. I gotta work on it now. But that's been mainly what I've been doing. Typically, just like working towards my goals, just working towards like modeling and filmmaking because besides podcasting, that's really what I be focusing on, like modeling and like editorial, runway, all that good stuff, brand work and filmmaking in terms of like directing, writing, trying to produce some things. And right now, the film industry is, I feel like it's in shambles a little bit. But when is it not in shambles? You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you do? Right now,
But
it's always in shambles, isn't
it's
it?
always in shambles. But we just pushing through because I feel like I'm working on making some content that's needed for the Black community, or so the Black queer community,
I was gonna say, don't forget that one.
or so the Black queer community, but Black folks all as a whole. Y'all can watch it. Y'all will be entertained. Y'all will definitely be entertained. You just got to be open to a little bit of butt fucking, but
What?
I'm
Hetero,
gonna,
hetero, hetero,
hetero, hetero, hetero.
hetero, hetero, hetero.
That's okay because the heteros like butt fucking too. They just be trying to act like they don't.
They do, you know.
But this past February, what are you saying in Spanish? Febrero? I
Ooh.
don't know. I ain't gonna play. But
Balingo, come on, Balingo. Have you been on Duolingo?
not lately. I used to when I was like in high school, and that was very much a chop. I tried again in college. It was a chop again, but I did pass. First time with a C, second time with a B minus, but we got through, got the degree.
I'm glad that you said that because when I talked about Duolingo to other people, they're like, "It's so good." I'm like, "No, bitch, it kept failing me." Like, no, it maybe Duolingo for idiots because I felt like an idiot taking. I was like, "Damn, I don't know shit." Somebody put on Dora.
Oh my god.
Right
That's the only reason I know like some Spanish because with Duolingo, this should go through here, go right out.
out,
I'm
right
like, girl,
out. I'm
it's
like,
not giving. You
but
know, maybe I'll try it again. But yeah, this past February, I've been mainly in New York. I just got back last Friday, and it was great. It was the best of times. It was the worst of times. I actually wasn't sure if I wanted to talk about this on the podcast, but like, I was mainly out there for modeling. Of course, I was partying and I was hanging with the girls and we was doing our one too, but like mainly was out there submitting and casting for New York Fashion Week. And I was supposed to walk in two shows and I was confirmed and then I wasn't confirmed. And I'm
it's a
like, gag. I ain't gonna hold y'all. That shit kind of like it struck the ego a little bit because it's just like how y'all gonna confirm me and then not confirm me? Like, how that work? But honestly, like, if you are in these industries in terms of like modeling, acting, like, it happens more than you think. Like, you could end up being at the fittings, at the rehearsals, and doing everything you need to do, and then it'd be like, oh, we need a last minute change, and we're just gonna release you, and it'd be like, girl, what? And I'm
like
not
and
gonna
I
lie.
prepped for this. Like this is not something that just happened today. Like
Hmm?
I prepped for this. Like,
Yeah,
this didn't just happen like, well, here you go. In the last 5 minutes, you know what I'm saying?
like literally. But it's just not gonna lie, like it made me low key be like, you know what, I might need to pack this shit up. I don't know if I need to be modeling or work. Like it really was like, girl, what? Like I'll say at least with the first show, like I was happy to be a part of it, but I wasn't too crazy about being part of that show. So like when they weren't like acting the way that I wanted them to act, I was like, okay. Now the second one, I was like, bitch, 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 because like, I want to be part of that show, but it's like sometimes shit happens and it's just like you just have to keep on pushing.
Yeah.
And part of me didn't want to keep on pushing, but I'm like, you know what? It's okay. Like I'm
This is
still a
your
bad
passion.
bitch.
Too. This is your passion. And you're good at what you do. I don't think you should give up. I know it gets tough, but you're still young. Like you're
Right.
young, and I think that's the biggest thing. Because imagine somebody trying to do this at 50.
But low key, it be feeling like I'm all only because like I'm still trying to get like signed, and with me right now, I am a beautiful 24 and high key in the modeling industry. That's kind of giving like a little bit of grandma teas with the agencies, with mother agencies, because like their cutoff be like 24. After that, they be like, I don't know, girl. We don't know if you want to sign you anymore.
The same
Hmm?
thing is that with the way the model world is changing, you would expect for that to change as well. Because my thing is the model world is being so exclusive now. Inclusive now, it's like, bruh, they're hiring just anybody. Like Fashion Week was
Girl,
full of people that just.
influencers, influencer nation.
I mean, man, I'm not trying to be like some people wasn't deserving, but like some people wasn't deserving. You know what I'm saying? And so it's kind of
You
it's a
said
double
it.
edged sword because you get the shitty end of the stick sometimes compared to influencers that are just like they're based off of numbers. And
Yeah,
I
exactly.
do not like that because it just makes it seem like what you're doing isn't important as what they're doing. And I think is
Mm-mm.
you're the one that's actually showcasing the clothes, not sitting and watching the show. Not that you don't get invited to the shows, it's just the fact that you're showcasing clothes while they're sitting. You know, the show wouldn't be anything without you all.
Or they'll want the influencer like, you are 5'2", but you do have like 100,000 followers. So like, yeah, we want you to be part of the show. Have you ever walked before?
My
No, but
SA,
yeah.
my SAT scores were high too. Like I'm pissed off with the 5'2" stuff and as an influencer because my thing is they're not really models. Not even really models, they're not models.
Now there's, I mean, I haven't seen an influencer that comes on, but I'm not saying they don't exist. But I'm just like, girl, like you really see girls out here that, well, I'm saying like girls like actual like cisgender women like that actually be like working since they're like 10 years old, and they're not going with them because they're like, oh, well, how many followers do you have? It's just not enough. And it's just like, girl, like, what do you want? What do you really want? And
You want
sometimes it's just
everybody
like,
to be in the top something percent of followers when that's never going to happen. Like the average person does not have over 100,000 followers. Like, so why are you expecting a bunch of people to have these X amount of followers? And I understand the surge that TikTok has going on right now. Like, you know, it's easy to grow a following and stuff like that, but still, again, those numbers still haven't balanced out yet. The overwhelming number of people don't have a following across boards that is 100,000
mhm,
or trying or community that keep focused on them. So why are you expecting that on everybody else? Like I
exactly,
don't want to be an influencer if I'm trying to be a model. And I
exactly.
understand that there are some models that are influencers, but you're not one of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, don't expect the influencer side of me when I'm not one. Go get the influencer models. They're all online. They're modeling Fashion Nova clothes and everything. No shade to that, but like they are.
Well, I hope they're modeling other clothes too. But much love to Fashion Nova, I guess.
They are
Um,
Fashion Nova clothes, and they're considered and IG models. You know.
yeah, yeah. You go, Glen Coco, you go. But all in all, overall, I still had fun. Like I was still at the parties, I was still doing my thing. I still ended up doing some photo shoots, some brands. Even like this week when I got back home, I was able to do a brand photo shoot literally yesterday. So like, you know,
How did that go?
it was fun as fuck. I was there for like an hour. I was giving what I needed to give. It was a one and done. I got to model some unreleased uh, clothing. So stay tuned on that.
Did you like the clothing? I mean, it's kind of bad to say if you didn't though, because you modeled it. So
No, I mean I did. I definitely did. It's not necessarily my style. I was definitely given
cunty.
trade,
Oh,
but
whoa,
given like
God. You were giving trade? Whoa. I'm ready to see this.
it was cool.
Okay.
Had a
Okay.
nice ball cut
I swear
and
your hair, you just have the fastest growing hair. Like
literally.
it's like you're not bald and bald at the same time. Like
Literally cut it yesterday and it's already I can already feel a little
you can
prickly.
see the outline. Like, yeah, you could definitely see the outline. So if you're trying to go for a Buddha completely bald,
It'll never give.
Never give.
Probably when I'm like 45, but like,
But
oh,
well, that's
but
good.
yeah.
February has been good. Your February is going good so far.
hmm
Same,
So
same.
yeah, I can definitely say like so far I've been like working towards my goals. But something I definitely want to tap into, like, is with this winter hiatus. I've been feeling like I don't know if you can relate to this, but I just feel like sometimes with even in the industry, this goes back to the industry, even like with regular people that we encounter in our lives. Like I don't feel like always people appreciate us as creatives and they feel like they can just use and abuse us. Like I remember the other day, this model, she literally went on TikTok and she went viral. Like I saw her on the Times and she was talking about she was dang. All right, fuck it. She was actually talking about one
Good
of the
black business. Is
shows.
she black?
No, she was Caucasian, but still, it's still relevant. So,
Still a
but
white business.
I mean, a little bit of white business, but it's still relevant because, girl, I feel you. Um, she was talking about how like literally one of the shows that I was supposed to be working with, like they were not paying her, and they're known for having these like high production shows, and like she's been modeling for a while, and the fact that they weren't trying to pay her as well as they weren't paying like stylists, they weren't paying like a lot of the people that were yes, a lot of the people that work in this production, and they're not paying them, and I'm like that's a lot of the bullshit that be happening in this industry. Like they just feel like, oh, we're doing you a favor because we're giving you exposure.
Okay.
And it's like, honey, you can't put out this production without these people. But yet you just feel like you're doing us a favor. No, baby, we're doing you a favor. And honestly, you need to pay what needs to be paid.
Hmm.
And it's just so crazy. But it just goes again, like in the industry and even like people that I've been encountering, like with some of the modeling, like people just be like, "Oh, like come and do this for free." And my thing is, I have no problem doing like some work, like collaborations for free, because it's sometimes it's a networking thing where it's just like, I actually like your work. I actually am happy to get the opportunity to work with you, and we can connect and work on some other things. Like I get that, but sometimes it's just like they're reaching out, like, "Oh, I really like you. I want to do work with you." And then when we talk about, "Oh, do you want to pay?" "Oh, I don't know if I want to work," or "Oh, I don't even want to respond no more." It's just like, girl, did you really want to work with me? Like,
And that's what it really gives. It's
you ain't
like
had no plan.
my time is valuable and pay me for my time, just as well as you go to McDonald's, you get a McChicken and you wait in line and stuff like that and you pay them. Why not pay me?
Yeah,
I'm saying
but
like
you just feel
I'm not
like,
trying to bring you down to McDonald's. It's more so even basically to say like for even the simplest things you pay people for stuff. So my thing is why not pay me for my time?
yeah, but it just goes to sometimes like I know I've seen like photographers even talk about that because I mean honestly I do some photography too, but like I see all the time like photographers talk about how they feel like they're just so undervalued in their industry because people will go out of their way and use their photos and share their photos, not tag them, not want to credit them, not like sometimes not even want to pay them. They'd be like, "Oh, I want to work with you," and they'd be like, "Oh, what's your budget?" "Oh, I didn't have one." But you want that quality of work. You wanted them because they have the proper experience to do the things that you want, but you don't want to pay them. You don't feel like they're worth it.
That's wrong as
All these
fuck.
all these other industries, they get paid for their stuff, but when it comes to being a creative, you just feel like, "Oh, you're just doing this and it's just easy." No, baby, it's not easy. That's why you're not going to your homegirl on the street to take some little flicks. No, baby, you went to the professional.
That's what I was about to say. I was about to say it's different. It's not like you said, let's go out like we're going out and we're taking pictures on our cell.
Mhm.
Like no, I'm actually putting my time and my equipment that I pay for. Like
Exactly.
I'm not renting this. This is equipment that I bought, and I had to actually be responsible if something happens to this stuff here. You know what I'm saying? Like so you need to pay me for my time. You
Yeah.
need to pay me because I'm treating myself like a professional. And you should too. You wouldn't do this with anybody else. Don't do this with me.
Mhm.
I think a lot of times people have a hard time respecting somebody's craft. But my thing is you have to actually look at it like this. Would I want this done to me? And if you say no, bitch, then don't do that to other people.
Exactly. This is their bread and butter. This is my bread and butter. This is how I pay my bills. This is how I exceed myself and push myself and have other people want to work with me. But
And
now it's
don't
just
question the
like,
word. Don't
and
question the word.
setting a standard of what I want and setting a standard of what I put out to the world. And the fact that you don't respect that, it's not giving. Like it ain't gonna
Right.
work for me.
And don't always question the work. Don't question the artist. I can't say, bitch, look,
Literally.
I'm the artist. You are the muse. Let me motherfucking do what I need to do and then give you my finished product. I don't if you wanted to edit and do all these things, you could do it yourself.
It won't be the same, but you could have did it yourself.
You could have did they have tripods on Amazon right now with the self
Go.
clickers,
Yeah.
timer, and everything. You can capture it. But don't
Hmm.
come to me and expect to do the job that you wanted me to do. And you honestly again need to hire me and pay me why for my compensate me for my time because this is some things are not like just hobbies. Like I'm doing it for fun.
I'm
Some things
like,
I do
girl,
like I'm really good at
the
this. Maybe
time, the energy, the preparation, even beforehand and afterwards that go into it. Like, girl, like, do you consider any of that? You need to. Ain't nobody going out of their way to discredit the work you're doing, so don't discredit me
that's
or
exactly
any other creative out there. And credit them. Credit all creators as part of a damn project. Period.
there is nothing wrong with a simple fucking tag, bitch. Like or like it's not gonna kill you. Now I can see if you pay. Like I'll say this. I'll say this. I do find it. Now this is the toughie
Oh God.
because like I was watching a video and it was this person that was saying, well, they did a skit, but I guess the skit was based on reality, and the skit
Mhm.
was like they had a business. They were DMing somebody saying go buy something from our website. And the person was like, okay, yeah, I'll go do it. I'll go buy something from your website. They bought something from the website. The person said, can you like shop me out? They said no, and the person got upset. And the reason I said there's nothing wrong with the person saying no, they spent their damn money. Now I spent if I spent my money, I don't have to post that I spent money on the product.
You don't have to, but just the little thing of getting a shout out, I think is also like
It is cute.
important,
It is
especially as like a black creative and how we're just a lot of us are just used and abused in this industry. Like people don't understand the weight of how even though like a little shout out might be to them, it's like it could be a big thing because like
it could be a big thing to you. And then again, my personal opinion, bitch, I tipped you and everything, bitch. That was the shout out, the tip. The
oh
tip
God.
was I'm gonna let my bitches know.
You
Like
can't put it on your Instagram real quick. You can put it on
no,
your
because my
story.
page ain't dedicated to you, sis, and my story not either.
The story though,
My story not either. My
24
story,
hours, you can't just
my
post real
story is
quick.
about my life and what I choose to promote. If I feel like I don't want to promote the item that I bought from you and I actually tipped you and everything, I'm not talking about a service. I'm talking about an actual item. Bitch, I'm not going to do it. Now that's one sometimes. Like, no, bitch, did you pay for the shout out?
Oh my
Like,
God.
if that's the case, bitch, I need to be shouted out. Target, Walmart. Like, dog, look, I got this
These
glass from
white
Dollar General.
corporations, these
I
white
got this glass.
corporations that's gonna make money regardless of you shouting out or not, in comparison to like somebody that's really trying to push themselves.
But
Like,
then Target's gonna make their business, but Target don't own every glass. That's why they got Doritos at Target.
oh my
Doritos
God.
trying to make their bag. So I'm not trying to help Doritos in Target. I'm trying to motherfucking just buy the Doritos and eat the Doritos, bitch. And Doritos say, "Can you shout us out, bitch?" No, bitch. I paid the $3 in and I'm gonna fucking eat the shit. I'm not about to shout you out, hold out. Now, again, like I said, for certain things, I understand shouting her out, but for some things, I'm like, bitch, no, I'm not shouting you out. I pay for the shit. The fuck? I do get shouting, but I'm like, bitch, I paid for it. Bitch, like this, can you shout my hair? Bitch, I didn't even install it yet. And what the fuck you mean? Bitch, I'm not shouting you out. You didn't send the hair for free. And what if the shit don't look good? What if I don't like the
Well,
cut?
then that's a little different.
No, I'm not even talking about like the hair. I'm saying like, what if the cut, like, what if the styling don't come out how I want? Now I got to go buy different hair, bitch. I'm not shouting out no fucking hair that I don't like the styling to, or that I did a oopsie on. Oops, I cut it too
Oh.
bad. I'm
But
not
what if it's
shouting.
fire? It's better than you thought it would be. Like,
It'll be fire to my friends. I'm gonna let they ass know.
oh my god, horrible, guys, real terrible. Oh my god.
I just, y'all, I said that's for some things. That's not for everything. That's for some things because you just can't be shouting out everything, giving everybody exposure.
Mm.
But I mean,
You
definitely
could,
for
but people be go out of their way to be like, you know what, this ratchet ass bitch, she had a nerve. I try to support. This is why you don't support black businesses because this stupid ass hoe. I was trying to do this and she was acting like this. Da, 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 da. The same way you go out there to be doing a you can do the same and serve the positivity when you actually get a good service.
you know, I
So,
think this is a good critique on a business as a black consumer, especially from a black brand. Hey, I did not like the service. I did not like service slash or product. Can I be reimbursed for, or is there anything that I can do to help you further or like better the next thing, like the next product or the next service? But me just getting online and completely bashing you does nothing for your business. And it does nothing for me simply because I think that I came there for a specific reason. And
mm,
I don't want to leave satisfied. And I actually leaving satisfied sometimes is saying, look, I'm not satisfied with the finished product. Can we do it over? Can I get this and that? And I feel like a lot of the time, I don't want to say a lot of the time. I feel like there is a good bit of time where us as black people, we critique black other people to another certain standard. I mean, to another standard because we see them as excellence. We want the excellence to be up here. And when it's not, we're like, whoa, I can't believe it's below. Like, everybody's not supposed to have your grandmother's cooking. So stop going to the damn restaurant thinking grandma cooked it. Like, grandma didn't cook it. That doesn't take away from the food not being good. But when you go into an establishment and you try to shit on, I'm only using establishment as an example. And you like this, it ain't like how I would make it. Of course, bitch, you didn't cook.
exactly.
Like you
But you're
didn't.
gonna go to McDonald's and not complain, ho.
Like you never say McDonald's. This not the nuggets I made, bitch. Like you don't make nuggets. You go buy the Tyson ones and
Okay.
complain and don't complain about those and eat the bitches up. Yum yum yum, delicioso. Thank you, Dora. Uh,
Oh my god.
but I just think it's weird. And I'm only using that as an example. You know, like comparing things to how you would do it or how you know another black person would do it. They're not them.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to actually have grace. And that honestly leads me into what we were talking about, but I ain't gonna talk about that.
I feel like
I'm
that's
about to
a
get in
good
your
enough.
black business, all up in your black business. Like, we was just
I
talking
feel
earlier.
like that's a conversation for another episode because I definitely do want to tap into that, but like,
Mm-hmm. I know. I want to say this right now. I'm gonna just throw this out there to y'all. I think our next episode should be about dating and friendships as black gays, or black queer people. And I'm only throwing that out there because I want to know your perspective on it. So if y'all think there's something that we should talk about, which we probably are, I just want to know, how y'all feel about that because that is something heavy. And I'm specifically speaking on friendships and dating, and it could be queer and black queer, spaces. I don't want to just label it as queer. I mean, black queer because some people are biracial and they don't identify themselves as black. They identify themselves as biracial. Not that they're not psychologically black in a shit ton of aspects, but I just want to be able to say queer as well because it could be speaking to the queer community in general. So
yeah, and I'm sure some straight people will find to be like, I relate to that too.
I relate
So,
to that too. That's what me and my wife do. All right, Sarah and Billy Bob. But
but I mean, still leading to as we are recapping what's been going on with since the winter hiatus. That goes into like our expectations. Do you feel like you've been living up towards your goals of 2023 so far?
Yes and no. And I mean yes in the sense of like the bag is never stopping. Like I'm that's being honest. Like once I've put my mindset to knowing that I can do this full time and knowing that it's not gonna stop, I just don't see it stopping and it hasn't stopped. I'm just too spiritually driven for this and too powered mentally to think that this could stop. So that's why it's continuously going. And I manifest and I'm praying and all those good things. But I will say the things that I have procrastinated on that I'm not proud of is that I have smoked this year. And I was not planning on going into February smoking, and I did go into February smoking, and I have not been to the gym once this month. And those are heavy procrastinations for me. But I mean, my weight hasn't changed. I just things that I just haven't done that I told myself I'm going to cold turkey it because I was already prepping myself for it. So the fact that like it is like this. It's kind of horrible. But I want to be honest with you all and let y'all into my black business. And like, this is just something that I just haven't been doing. And I smoke today, you know, so it's kind of kind of productive. But I want to be open and honest with y'all and vulnerable. So y'all don't be like me. And if you're gonna think it's if you're gonna well, I don't want to say don't be like me as if I do everything wrong, but in this instance, don't be like me and procrastinate because when you say something, your words have power. So don't
Mm.
allow yourself to say something and not do it because it makes it seem like what you said was weak as fuck. And you don't want to be no weak ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? You want to be a powerful bitch. Your words have power and they hold powerful power. Mm. So like stick to the things that you say you're gonna do, and that's one thing that I know I need to do, and I will be doing that. I don't want to say today because it'll be lying to you. I'm pretty sure I might smoke today. You know, I've already smoked, so but I will be doing that next month, and if God will, like if I don't pass away, I'm pretty sure I won't. But
But still give yourself grace. You know, that was definitely something we talked about on the last episode, well, the last before unpopular opinions. Definitely still give yourself grace because you know what? Sometimes we fuck up, and it's just like you know what? Shit happens. Don't beat yourself over the head because it's hard out here.
it's
It's
hard. Oh,
hard out here for Robbie.
another thing too, I was supposed to do a cooking segment for you all. Like, I've been saying I want to do that. Everybody loves when I cook and stuff like that. So I'm like, I was supposed to do a cooking segment with Trevor, and we've been procrastinating about that. And I will be doing that literally with. I'm pretty sure about the end of this week. Like some of these videos will be done. I don't know if it necessarily will be out in um, February, but it'll be out in March.
That's good.
No. What about you though?
I definitely would say I've been like living up to my expectations, of course, with like working towards my goals, like career wise, but even just like mentally, I've just been more so me and my other Leo friend. Like we've been working more so like not trying to beat around the bush over what we want. Like we're more so like saying like upfront of like this is how I feel. This is what I'm feeling. I don't have to be dramatic. I don't have to say all this other shit. Like this is what it is. Either you know you take it or you don't.
Yes.
So it's just like I'm proud of myself because it's also me in a way setting boundaries with people. And you know, some people are gonna respect it, some people aren't. But at least me, like I've been able to be the realest I've ever been in my life. Like I've always felt like I've been real as fuck, but I always feel like I try to worry about people's feelings. And not to say I don't worry about people's feelings, but it's just like, girl, this is what it is.
Mhm.
So what now?
You
um,
are that way. I can. Ooh, Lord have mercy. You're like clean cut. I mean, you are. It's just like this is how I feel. Take it. I'm like, damn. I kind of bend a little bit, But I mean, I understand I understand being that way. I don't even feel like it's a projecting thing. I honestly feel like I'm not going to, you know, lower myself. I lower my standards to appease you. So I think
yeah.
it's a great thing. Although, I'm always telling you, I think you can give people grace.
Do people deserve it though? I
Yeah,
don't feel like they
yeah.
do.
People do deserve grace, but there are some people that don't deserve grace.
If you ain't my nigga, you don't deserve race.
Oh my god. Time out. Time out. He did not say that. He did not mean that. Nado did not mean that. He meant that he'll give you grace if you give him grace.
I give you grace if I feel like you deserve it.
Kind of the same thing I said. Joking. But I mean, I do think that's one thing that you could do. Give people grace. That's all. You're very, you know how you want your life to be, how you want to go about your friendships and your relationships. That's a great thing. So it's kind of, I don't want to say like hard to be a friend because it's not hard to be a friend. It's just like you want to make sure that you got all your ducks in a row because bitch, if you don't, you might get cut the fuck off.
Or it's just like if I come to you and I'm saying how I feel, it's
Mhm.
not necessarily like I'm trying to attack you.
Mhm.
And I literally like when I have disagreements with people, I let them know like this is not me attacking you or trying to offend you. This is how I feel. And I'm not looking for an apology. Like I just want a healthy conversation, like a healthy dialogue. And of course, like if somebody has something to say to me, girl, say it. Shit. I'm all for having healthy dialogues. I'm not going out of my way to be like, you're a bad person. Like, no, baby, this is something that I realize and I should be able to speak on that because we're adults.
True.
So I shouldn't feel a need to beat around the bush or anything because everything starts with a conversation.
You know, I don't think. Yeah, I will say.
Now, some of these hoes don't deserve a conversation, so.
I was about to say, I do think sometimes it's kind of hard to have conversation with people that you feel like you don't think they deserve that energy, and that's what I was gonna say. But I mean, like I did say, grace is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing, and honestly, sometimes grace give you closure. Closure that you probably wasn't even expecting. Like, well, damn, I feel better about that we closed that. So if I ever ran into you again, we will never be able to have this like try to rehash some things if we reconnected in that moment. Like, well, damn, we didn't talk to each other in this long, and because we didn't text each other back, and now we got to rehash that shit over. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, what
Mm,
happened? I'm like this, well, no, bitch, you know what happened because I let you fucking know. Like, I gave you the grace not to be friends again, but I gave you the grace to be like, bitch, that wasn't cool. I'm stepping the fuck back.
right. And I can definitely say, like, since like we last like left off, I've been able to rekindle like two friendships, which came with healthy dialogue. So like, I'm proud of me.
Oh my god, I know one of them. Oh my god, okay. I almost like went brain dumb, not dead, but dumb just now. I was like, okay, okay. Do I know the second one?
um, I might have mentioned it,
Okay.
but it was actually, if y'all remember the first episode of the podcast, like that friendship where I was like, girl, I ain't talking to that motherfucker because we rekindled
Is
and
it a female?
um yeah,
Oh
they're
no,
trans.
no. If you have to say I know it's not the person I'm
No,
thinking.
I just had to remember, but like, I mean, they're trans. They're trans girl, trans femme.
The one that said something about my TV.
No.
Oh.
Yes. I ain't never had beef with them, but like, I mean, I didn't have beef with the other person. We just, I ain't like how that conversation was when we had it, but we definitely talked. Like,
I don't know what this person is.
you've mentioned it. You've talked to them.
Oh well. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to put too much on y'all. Congratulations. Not. Whoa. Congratulations. I was about to go down an avenue that was just totally wrong. Congratulations.
Avenue. But yeah, so there's much more to 2023. I still plan on just, growing as a person, being wiser, reading more books, and all that other good stuff.
Mhm.
But the
Y'all,
last thing we gonna talk about, oh, you have something?
I wanted to bring up the segment. Y'all,
Ow.
the last thing we're going to talk about, and I think this is the thing that Nado's going to say because I'm pretty sure we have an outline. Oh, it's our shining our light on somebody. It's basically like an honorable mention.
Yeah, because it's Black History Month,
Yeah, we had to put it out before the month end because, but I would like to say my honorable mention. Damn, I forgot, y'all. How did I forget it?
We talked about this before we got
We
on. I was
literally
like,
talked about it before we got. You go first. Hold on. Pause.
I'll give you time. I'll go first. Um, the person I want to highlight is someone that I definitely look up to as like a filmmaker, especially like when I do want to tap into documentary filmmaking. Like, there's someone I definitely inspire. That someone that definitely will be an influence for me and inspire me because of the things that they tapped into. It's Marlon Riggs. They're known for being a Black gay filmmaker, educator, poet, and activist. They're known for their previous documentaries, like in the '90s and '80s, including I have a list here. Ethnic notion, ethnic notions, color adjustments, black is, black ain't. My personal favorite, I was just watching this before I got on because like I watch it annually. Is Tongues Untied. And it really like taps into like the past and present in terms of like representations of race and sexuality in the US, definitely like promoting like black gay and queer men, especially with a message of promoting positive images of like black love, especially like black men loving black men, and like really showing how it's revolutionary for that time and even to this fucking day. Like I was just watching again, and every single time I'm just like, what's the word I want to use? Bewildered or like I just be like, oh, this is just so good because it's just like we still are going through a lot of the same things. Especially like he tapped into like being hypersexualized from like the white male gaze, like for sexual pleasure. I'm pretty sure some of our black queers that's tapping in. I'm pretty sure some of y'all have been asked about. You got a BBC?
Got a BBC. I'm like, no, it's called a BBD.
We don't even use that. We just like, yo, you got a big dick.
Got a big D.
Let me
Like
see
the
that
black is
dick.
already implied. Like it better be black, but what the
Show me that dick.
fuck?
Put that dick out.
Like what? The dick better be black. That's like you don't gotta say black. It's implied, but yeah.
But yeah, like it's just so good. Like it's just tapping into like homophobia and like racism that we encounter, and it's also like black homophobia within our communities from like people that aren't.
What's black homophobia?
I would say like black homophobia in terms of black homophobia in terms of like I think it's like two different realms in terms of like black straight people that are homophobic as fuck, as well as people within our communities that are homophobic as fuck and don't even realize it sometimes. Especially with like,
Black people love
even
it.
to this day, like some of our black brothers and sisters, y'all just so wrapped around y'all heteronormative uh like tropes and not realizing you are your brain is washed by the white man. And it's just like, girl,
Whoa.
like, girl, get it together. Like, you realize that you don't have to live your life the way they do, all because you dealing with someone that's femme. That does not make them like a girl. That does not make them a punk. That does not make them any of those things. Like, why can't they just live in their freedom? Just be free. You don't have to be like Moby. He's the masculine one, so he need to pay all the bills. Girl, if you don't get your damn black ass up and go to fucking work,
Not
you
black,
need to get a job.
not black ass. Yeah. But dead ass. Get your black ass up and go to work. The fuck, like,
Girl,
I,
like,
okay.
well, he's the more masculine one, so he needs to go mow the lawn. Girl, if you don't get your ass up and mow the fucking lawn,
Like,
like,
come on.
like,
Okay,
and
well,
it's just
I need to go look at his look him up because I, for the life of me, don't know who he is based off of just name. I'm pretty sure I've heard some things and read some things, but I just can't remember at this
yeah,
moment. But I mean, it sounds very, very appealing. Like if he's talking about all those things, and I love that it's pro black, so it's all about black.
it's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I think you put me on the Paris is Burning, like when I was 19. I think so.
Okay,
I think so.
I'll
But
accept
like,
it.
I think so. But I remember during that time, like that for me was like the best damn documentary. It's like, oh my god, like if you don't know, like Paris is Burning taps into like the black and brown, like queer spaces of ballroom, definitely tapping into like the trans world and some of the lingo that the girls be using. I mean, a little bit, but like some of the lingo that people still use to this day. And it was definitely prevalent. Like um it's
It's
still
on
big
Netflix.
today, but it's
It's
just
still on
like
Netflix.
when you hmm?
I think it's still on Netflix.
Maybe. If it is, y'all should definitely still watch it. But a little bit of history. It was directed by a white woman, and she definitely used a lot of their stories and did not, yeah, stole their stories and did not like help those communities at all. So that's the only thing that's just like, girl, this is so good, but bitch,
You did
oh.
not help them. You just did. I don't even want to get into that.
But yeah, that's why I definitely love Marlon Riggs and like his work because again, he's somebody that's from the community that gets it, that highlighted it so beautifully, and I love that. And he has some work included from another gay poet and activist, Essex Hemphill, if y'all know. If you don't, get into it. But one of the quotes that were in there that I definitely wanted to highlight was anger invented becomes pain unspoken, becomes rage, release becomes violence. Take from that whatever you take from that. But what about you, Vari?
I'm gonna keep it short and simple. Rihanna, the fuck?
Okay, period.
What the fuck? The Super Bowl was just like a week ago, or
hmm
two. And I just want to say this: despite you bitches hating, despite you bitches not liking, despite you bitches just being evil,
Haters.
guess what? She still prevails. She still is a winner. She still is a winner. She still is a beautiful black woman thriving and not listening. And she didn't respond to none of you hateful, disgusting, just hating ass hoes. She didn't respond to you bitches. She didn't. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because guess what?
Y'all ain't worth
She
it.
got to do something you bitches would never do. She's living a life that some of you bitches would never live.
And she
She's
looked
helping
damn
youth
good
that
doing
some
it.
of you bitches could never help. She has businesses that you bitches could never have. And it's gonna always be a black woman that you love to hate on. So why not put a black woman in this that is thriving, that is honestly not, if not one, honestly, she is the black girl of music, of the music industry, because she's the only black girl to do what she's doing. Fashion, music, clothes, move. She's the only black girl that is doing it to the scale that she's doing it at. Name
Definitely.
one.
Definitely. I mean, Beyonce had House of Zerion.
Name one girl that's doing what Rihanna's doing. She's not only had her fashion line, she had a high fashion line. If we're gonna bring up
She definitely
Beyonce,
did.
she had a high fashion line.
She definitely had a high fashion line.
So none of you ain't doing it. And I'm gonna always put a black woman first. And
I'm a
that's
stick
why I say
beside her.
Rihanna. I'm just going to say Rihanna, and because I just think, she just always groundbreaking. She's never like catty. She's never in the news about negativity. She's always in the news about positive stuff. And if it is negative, it's something negative that y'all have said about her. It's never
hmm
her. It's never, oh, she's an evil bitch. It's always like she's so cool. And I'm ready for her to create her music or her clothing, or I'm ready for new makeup and stuff like that. And I went to her tailgate, and her team was amazing. They treated me beautifully. They treated me beautifully. And everybody else that I knew around, they treated them beautifully. And it was like, if you need anything, you need any product, let us know. And I'm like, that's why I fucking fuck with you, Fenty, and I fuck with you, Rihanna, because if it wasn't for you, excuse me, there would not be no Fenty. And I will say that she's a groundbreaking ass bitch. And if you don't think so, something wrong with you. You need to go get your ears and eyes checked.
I agree.
But that's what all I can say. Shout out to you, Rihanna.
And Marlon Riggs, rest in peace.
Yes.
Mm-mm-mm.
But that was our episode. Oh my god. Our
That's
first
what
episode back.
it was. This is Beautimous. Oh my god, we did this. And
Uh,
definitely letting y'all know we're gonna be doing this every week. Unless we have a mental health break, but definitely every week.
yes. And y'all already know next week is going to be. Like, it's going to be about queer Black queer, friendships and relationships, because
Yeah,
those are heavy ones. Those are heavy.
I
And
got some
that's,
things to talk about
yeah,
that.
like I think this video is going to help a lot of people. I'll say go watch my TikToks that I recently put out these past couple of weeks. We kind of be talking about some of those things, but yeah, this episode was cute, and this is episode like what? No, this is episode one.
This is episode 1 of season 2.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Is this
anything you
episode one
wanna
of the season one? Is
what?
this episode one of season one?
What would you count the last episodes?
Episodes. I feel like this is.
Brian.
I feel like this is about to be a new beginning, and I love that this episode has been like so like FaceTime with us. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And what episode is kind of not FaceTime with us, but I'm more so I'm loving the aspect of like us just being us and being authentically us. And I'm excited for the new conversations. Like y'all don't know, NATO has really written down so much things that we have not discussed last year. And I think the reason why I said season one is because I think the things that we're about to tap into is just things that May, and I'm gonna say May, heavy on May and like heavy on like real in a good May. Like set us apart from so many different other platforms because they're not discussing these things.
Hmm.
Um, and I'm excited. Like I told you next week, nobody's really discussing that. And if they are, I only know like two or three podcasts. Like that will I would say about two or three that are discussing it, but they're not discussing it in the way that I feel like we will break down. You
Right, and we definitely have like two different perspectives just because, child, it's a spectrum out here. So,
But I hope y'all love this first episode. Like I said, first. I don't want to say first, but first of season two.
one of one.
One of one. One of one. Oh, that one of one. I'm joking. That's not gonna be the name of the episode, but this is season two, like Nato said, and this is the first episode, so I hope y'all loved it, and y'all gonna be seeing us next week.
Definitely like, comment, share, support Black creatives. And yeah,
Follow us.
yes. Follow
Follow.
me, FKA Delphic, FK.Delphic on Instagram.
You got Twitter.
Yeah, Bobby.
You got Twitter though.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I low key forgot what my Twitter
Ah,
handle was. So it's no. It's follow me on Twitter at FKA_Delphi, which is DELPHI. Period. Wait.
not period, y'all. Don't put period in.
Wait, yeah,
But like I told y'all, mine is Vari J Styles, and yeah, just follow us because my thing is we do things outside of Nitro and Not Black Business, and if you want to know those things, you'll be following us on our separate accounts. But yeah, we'll see y'all in our next episode. So stay tuned for multiple saucy, crazy, entertaining ass moments from two Black queer fucking beings. And
legends, baby, legends.
but I mean that's episode one, y'all.
All right, bye.